Hey everybody, this is Eric for the Little Whitehouse, and I wanted to talk about small things. You know, in Zechariah 4:10 it says, do not despise the days of small things, or the day of small things. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately, because my garden has gone totally to pot. And I mean, yeah, I got things growing, but this garden doesn't look anything like how I would like it to look. And you know, the other day I was noticing that I was making a little bit of progress by spending only a small amount of time in the garden and making sure that I did, 10 to 15 minutes of weeding every day. And while I still am not where I want to be, it's, looking better in some spots. But it got me to thinking about the last, the first garden that I had. I think it was maybe 6 to 7 feet long, with maybe about 4 feet wide or 5. We just did 2 short little passes with a rototiller, and then we planted 3 peppers and 3 tomatoes. And I would come out every evening about this time. You could hear people mowing their lawns just like you can right now. And I would get the water hose and I would water my plants, and sometimes the neighbor would be on the other side of the fence, kind of like, Wilson, only we don't have a big tall wooden fence. It's just a small chain link fence, and we would talk back and forth about whatever. But it got me to thinking, do not despise those days. I got bit by the garden bug, and I started thinking, oh, I gotta do this and I gotta do that and I gotta do the other thing. Pretty soon it was bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then along came the Back to Eden movie with Paul Gauci, and I was like, oh yes, cool, I can turn my whole yard into a garden. But I didn't think about the fact that, life happens. First of all, when that idea came, I didn't have any kids. And it wasn't until the next year that we had Seth, I bit off more than I could chew. And so I wanted to remind people that, small things aren't that bad. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that bad things have happened during these last several months, and they may have to start over. And I got to start over with my garden, I think. I did come across something the other day that gives me hope. I'll leave a link in the description box. It's a video by James Prigioni, and he talked about different plants and the different soils that they need. And I got a better idea of what was going on in my garden and how I need to treat the plants that I do have. So I'll probably be back with a new plan next year. In the meantime, I probably am going to try to limit that plan to a manageable size of what I can do. Anyway, the idea for this video was that if you have something that has been destroyed, don't be afraid to start over. You know, because when that was said in the Bible, Zechariah 4:10, you know, they had a big, beautiful temple. And it was huge. That was the temple that Solomon built. And they didn't know even how to go about building a new temple. And God was trying to encourage them and letting them know, hey, you know, it may not be the same as it was, but I'm going to even make it better, because that's going to be the temple that Jesus is going to come to in person. If you have to start over, don't be afraid to start over and, you know, build it somewhat differently if you need to. Don't be afraid to make different changes and to let it grow gradually. Yeah. That's my 2 cents for the day. Thanks for watching. God bless. And see you next time.